Ladies and gentlemen, David Lemon here again. We are live today, and today we have an interesting topic: selling physical products using GroovePages and GrooveKart. So this is me first time coming live after in this group after the actual Groovathon, which was very interesting and very helpful, but quite exhausting to be honest. So when I just pressed this start a broadcast button, it was a complete different feeling now than previously. So today is Monday, and we are doing live builds on Monday. So today we are going to be building out a funnel which will connect to a GrooveKart platform to sell the actual physical products in order to be able to ship and manage the tax and actual shipping with GrooveKart, which is an interesting topic. I will go into a little bit more in depth. Let's just have a look who is on today with us. So in case you are watching, in case you are joining in live, please just comment in the comment section that you're here, you're watching. Let's see who is here with us today. Yeah, so this is the topic of today. As you know, we are going back to the normal schedule from Monday till Friday. Every day we will be having trainings, and basically, yeah, Monday live build, Tuesday also a tutorial on something from GrooveKart, GroovePages, GrooveSell, something we'll see, and Wednesday we are doing a show and tell. Thursday we're doing a lemonade session, a Q&A session, and then Friday we are doing another live build or a demo tutorial or something. So let's see if you are here. You have commented. Martin is here. Hey, good to have you here. Imad is here saying hi. Matthew Brown is here. Build with GroovePages is here. Glad to see you back. Thank you very much. It's good to see you guys here. Hi David, I'm here and I'm curious. Good. This is what needs to happen in order to learn. So curiosity is the thing that pushes the people to learn more and more. So Original is here. Dean is here. Good to see you again. Thank you very much. It's good to see you, Dean. Debbie from New Jersey is here. Imad. I have a Facebook user that is here. I have Linda. Hi, David. I received a notification of your live appearance. Great. This is what you are going to be receiving now for the future. Whenever I do a live build, a live tutorial, a live training, or anything, you will receive a notification so you can jump on, ask your questions in case you have anything to ask, and then, yeah, we can help you build out your funnels, pages, stores, and things like that during these live sessions. Yusuf is here. Anis, a Facebook user, saying hello with a nice wave. Hello to you as well. Silo Bay Area M Squad saying hey. It's good to have you here. Kathleen, hello from Orlando. Dwight is watching us here. Let's have a look here. Hey, man, welcome back. Thank you very much. Christine Case, miss you so much. Thank you very much. I miss you guys as well. Sushil is here. Brad is watching us. Hafiz, Millie from Italy. Nice. How do you sell lemonade? Well, I'm going to be showing you a process that is making it super easy to do it. Hello from Ben. Facebook user saving for later. Dee and Robin are here. Awesome. Hi, it's my first time. Hope you'll be patient with me. Absolutely. Well, in case you do have any questions, please put them in the question box. Don't forget to just put a Q in front of your questions so that I can see it later on. Yes, I have several courses that I'm waiting to add into GrooveMember. Great. I do have some courses and videos of myself as well that I'm planning to put first in GrooveVideo and then to GrooveMember. We'll just need to wait a couple of updates in order to be able to do that exact process. Rob Garcia is watching us. Abe is here. Shinar. Okay, welcome back, David from Pierre. Sohela is watching us. Hi, David Lemon. JC is here. A couple of Facebook users from Pakistan. Hey, David Lemon. Hola. We have Shin. Greetings from GroovePages Groovers in Philippines. Hi, Farhat. Hello, team. I'm new to Groove and from Tunisia. Grace, great. I have also Claudia here watching from Austria. Perfect. So, guys, this week, most probably there will be a little bit of time delay-ish kind of thing because here in Europe, we moved the clock back during the due to the daylight savings. I believe in the US it is being done from next month, from the first next month. There are different countries setting other time back on their clocks, the different time periods. So whatever you see alive, you can just follow basically the timestamp where the live will be playing. It's best thing to watch on YouTube. YouTube gives you exactly in 1 day and 12 hours, in 1 day and 6 hours, or just like in 3 hours we'll have a live. So this is the best way to follow the live streams whenever we do it. Because of this daylight saving time zone conversion, it makes it a little bit hard to say, yeah, we are doing a live at that time, Eastern Standard Time or Central European Time, and so on. It's the first world problems when working with the people from all around the world. But today, if you are here watching us live, we are going to be working on a live build, and let me just show you quickly what we are doing. So we're doing a physical product selling system using GroovePages and GrooveKart. When I say selling system, I mean some sort of a website or a funnel that you can create, and this is what we are going to be building. We'll be building out this whole page from scratch. So this is a florist page that I created just for demonstration purposes. We'll create something like this, and then I'll show you how it works. So let me just open the actual live site in order to show you. So the only florist you need, choose one of the already created bouquet designs, or order a unique bouquet according to your wishes. Buy bouquets and things like that. So we'll be doing something like that. So when we see the actual bouquet, and if we want to purchase it, we can just click on it and then we actually purchase it. This is the design we're going to be doing today. If you don't go the route of actually connecting it to GrooveKart, you still have a beautiful design for GroovePages. This is just a normal form that you can connect, and you can connect to your autoresponder, for example. Follow us on Instagram. These are just images that I embedded here. There is a follow us on Instagram button, reasons to choose our service, and then a little contact us option over here with a footer at the bottom. So this is what we are building out, and I want to show you this one in case you actually want to connect a sales system for GrooveKart, for example. You can do it using these buttons. So in case we click this, we have an actual checkout cart process here on our GroovePages. You can see that it is lemon.groovepages.com/florist. Okay, so in case we come over here, we can proceed to checkout. We get a pop-up that opens up in order to start this checkout process. We need to fill out the customer information, or here let's just fill it in with Anna Banana. Details over here, you can put in a order comment. You can also create an account, keep up to date with news, and you can proceed to the actual payment page and so on. So you can, we don't have a payment system installed. This would need to be done in GrooveKart, but this is how it would look like. This is the checkout process. If you make it bigger, then you see it differently. There's like cart, customer information, shipping method, and things like this. You can see what the order is. You can actually add on multiple of these bouquets and things like that to proceed to checkout. But that's something we will be working on today. So I want to show you how to actually create a GrooveKart with a GrooveKart store, which you can create now, thankfully, as many as you'd like, and use a GrooveKart store, for example, to keep all your products. It would be like a pantry, you know. It's like you open a pantry, there's all kinds of different things in there. So you can create a GrooveKart store, which will be like pantry, which will keep all your products in the same place, just for the reason so you can sell it through websites, through funnels that you build in GroovePages. At a later point, it will be much easier to do this process, but it is already possible. It is already working, and with one store on GrooveKart, you can create hundreds and thousands of funnels, because the actual store will not be a front-end store. It will be just something to keep your products and handle the payment processing and shipping for you, because it is already set up to be that, basically a physical product shipping and payment processing system. So it is making it super easy for us to actually allow us to send or sell and send the actual product to the customers. So that's something we are going to be working on today. Let me know if you like it. So is this something that you're interested in? Please just let me know in the comments. Pum, pum, pum. I had no idea the clock went back. Yeah, it actually did. Oh, good. I can sell my online belly dance classes. Absolutely, Sohela. You can also do it with GrooveSell, and I suggest you to sell them with GrooveSell because those are most probably digital products. If you can sell these digital products this way as well, but GrooveSell, it was created to sell informational products like digital products and things like this. You can also sell physical products with GrooveSell, but it's not why it was created. GrooveKart was created to sell like things in the e-commerce way, the shop, online shop way, which is you showcase all your products and then people can add to cart and then delete and add something else and shop on and then things like that. When you're selling courses and videos and things like that, it's better to sell them the funnel way. Can you do one for jewelry page? It's the same process. I will just do the same exact one for the florist today, but you can just, instead of florist, you can just write here jewelry, buy jewelry. You can just add a jewelry image, and then I'll show you how to actually add jewelry into GrooveKart to be able to sell it. It's the same process for digital, for products, or any other physical products. In case you want to sell cars this way, you can also sell cars, toy cars, or the actual real cars. I don't know what other processors are needed for that one, but that's something you would need to figure out yourself. Great, I can finally see how to create over a navigation bar over the content. Yeah, this is interesting. You can actually create these bars, and I'll show you how. Is GrooveKart ready? Yes. Can I upload a CSV? No, that is not an option to GrooveKart. You will need to upload the products one by one in case you're selling them yourself. How about GrooveMail? Is that ready? It's ready. It depends what features you need. It is available. It is functioning nicely, and you can start using it. Yeah. Hello, David and everyone. Hello, Martin. Can they upload to the same domain? No, they would need to be connected to different domains. Like it a lot. Yes, very interested. Yes, totally. Will I get notifications when my inventory drops? You can set that up. Yes, excited. Something I need to get into. So yes, 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 yes. Awesome. What is the difference between GrooveSell and GrooveKart? So this is an interesting topic. I already created videos on this one, which are available inside the group, inside the Facebook group. Just search GrooveSell, GrooveKart, and you will see the actual video in there. Definitely interested question. Can we use custom domain? Yes, you can. I would like to know how to put my own background in there. Your own background where? In here. Like it's a GroovePages. Like if you already created a page with GroovePages, you can just put the background in here. Any idea when Euro will be enabled in GrooveSell? No idea yet, unfortunately. I'm waiting for that as well. GrooveSell is mainly for digital products, as David is saying. Physical products use GrooveKart. Yep. Eager to learn as I'm planning for e-com store. Okay, great. So all your questions, in case I see a lot of people are asking questions now. This is not something that I will be answering now. So in case you have a question, please put a Q in front of it, and then we'll see at the end of this session, we'll go and answer your questions. But for now, we want to go in and then start building this thing out. People were asking if they can use a custom domain with their store. With this system, you actually don't need a custom domain, because if you connected it to your own, like GroovePages, I could have published this page to davidlemon.com, and then it would do the checkout and everything on davidlemon.com. You see here, lemon.groovekart.com. It already has a subdomain for the cart itself, but for that one, you don't actually need a custom domain in case you are not building out a full e-commerce website. In case you're using the store only to hold your products as a pantry, then you actually don't need a subdomain on this one. I'll show you how to actually get that done without it. So that is something we will be building out today. And if you haven't seen it yet, once you log into GrooveFunnels, you can go into GrooveKart very simply just by clicking here to GrooveKart. In GrooveKart, I wanted to explain this to everyone. In GrooveKart, you can create as many stores as you want. Okay, it's very simple. You click on the Add New Store and you enter a subdomain. In case you have found a subdomain that you want to use, you just type it in. For example, let's see, a florists.groovekart.com. Let's just see if available. Congratulations, domain is available. So it is not registered yet. Okay, so florists.groovekart.com are not registered. If you actually want to create the store, you need to click it one more time to create the store. Okay, so now the florist.groovekart.com is pending. So this store is getting created in the backend of our system. But you see also here something that is 7 days remaining. You can create one store every 7 days. So this is a time delay that we had to put in practice because some of our users, they decided they want to create as many stores as possible with as many subdomains as possible because they just like it. So they created bots which created somewhere over 5,000 stores in a minute. So they created bots which are creating these stores like crazy. All those stores were deleted that nobody went in there and nobody edited it. They just created the stores like apple.groovekart.com, sony.groovekart.com, and so on, like different brands. I don't know why, but people just wanted to do that. So we put in place a practice which platinum members or the paid members can create one store every 7 days. Okay, and every free member can create a new store, can create their own store every 30 days. You'll have this countdown timer on your page whenever you want to create a new store. If this timer is out, then you will be able to create a new store. If you see this one, you'll need to wait the remaining days in order to create a store. This is just put in place so that the actual people that want to create stores and want to use those stores can create them for themselves. Okay, so let's just say that now lemon.groovekart.com is the actual store that we created together. Now you can just click the back office button, and then this is what you see. This is the dashboard of GrooveKart. It is very, very similar as all the other platforms we have. Only thing is that the dashboard you see here is a little bit more analytics based, more informational based than some other. For example, when you go into GroovePages, you see all your websites in there. In here, you see all your sales orders. In case you have new customers, then you can click on the new customers button and then actually go into the customers tab where it will display all of them. In case you get messages from your website, from your actual GrooveKart store, then you can click here. This will display the messages. Okay, in case you have any pending orders, you can click over here and go out and fulfill the order. So you see it transfers you over to the My Orders tab. At this moment I don't have any, but if I would have, I could just simply click in there from the dashboard, just here. So today I'm going to be showing you how to set up a product, get that button and connect it to GroovePages. Okay, so let's just do this first. Let's just set up a product first. So without actually doing anything in here, I want to go into my products over here. And if you just want to put all of your products in just on the home page, let's just say this is a category which is sort of like a no category for your products. In case at a later point you decide to create a store, like a full e-commerce store with your products that you put on here, you can create categories immediately, like categories like I don't know, if you're selling apparel, you can create jackets category, you can create shoes category, you can create I don't know, t-shirts and all, and or category can be male shirts or female shirts and things like this. So these are all categories. You can do also subcategories and things like that. But in case you don't want to do that, you can just immediately go and create the product. So let's just, for demonstration purposes, create a category first. At this moment, I have only one category, which is the best deals. I want to just create a new category for flowers. Okay, so flower bouquets. Okay, so flower bouquets. You can do a description of the category over here. You can also do a category cover image. You can do meta title, meta description. This is for SEO purposes. And then the friendly URL. This is something that will show up, like in my case, it would be lemon.groovekart.com/flower-bouquets. And it will display all the bouquets that I put into this category. So it's very simple. If you used WordPress previously, WordPress functions the similar way. If you actually go out there and create blog posts, you need to actually create a post category first, so that you put all those posts into a separate category. Okay, so that is it. I created now my category for flower bouquets, and we can go and create our product. Okay, so I have 2 flowers over here, but I will go out and create the new product. Okay, so what I'm showing you now is, if you have your own products, in case you're selling your own products, you can just create the new product this way. In case you're actually selling, I don't know, print on demand or drop shipping products, you can just click over here, and then this menu will open for searching the products. Like in case you want to do drop shipping from AliExpress, you can just use this app to pull in products from the AliExpress website. In case you want to create your t-shirts using Tscape or Printful, you can use these apps to actually create the products. What I'm showing you today is how to create your products. Like, let's just say that I built this out. This is called a kalimba. It is a music instrument. So you actually play music using the kalimba. Let's just say that I built this kalimba and I want to sell this. So because this is not something I can import from a dropshipping site or a print on demand site, because I'm actually building out those, I need to add them as a product over here. Okay, so I click on here, and then this is where I add the product to sell. So yeah, this is for you, for your own physical products. For example, Donna Fox creates paintings and art. If she would actually want to go out there and sell her art, she would come in, create a new product, and she would add the product name, which would be the painting name or something, and then just go through these steps. So from information, images, pricing, and other settings, if she has any reviews, and then basically that's it. So for the product name today, I want to sell flowers. As I said, flower bouquets. So I'm very, very not creative with coming up with flower bouquet names, but I don't have to, because I have my buddy internet. So flower bouquets, flower bouquet name generator. There we go. David, you can just tease us like that. We want the kalimba song. Yeah, let's just see if we have a little bit of time, then I can play you a kalimba song later on. Awesome. So bouquet name generator. Let's just come up with some fancy names. I don't know, Summer Hush. Okay, this will be a name that I will add as the product name, Summer Hush, and then we can add tags. So our product name is sorted now. This is Summer Hush is the bouquet I want to sell. That's the name of the bouquet, and I called it Summer Hush over here in the system. Now the tags. This will be, for example, Lily and Daisy and Rose. They're not ladies' names. They are actually, but these are also flower names. Red, purple, yellow, summer. So these are the tags that you actually add on in order to help people when they are looking for your own products from your store. They can simply find these products using these keywords. So I'll just leave it like this. I added on a couple of tags. When you write in a word, you press the enter button or use a comma, as it says here, in order to separate it. So now we created a couple of tags here for our product. Here, the next thing is product categories. In case you don't have a brand, like my flower bouquet doesn't have a brand, but maybe if, for example, you have something like your own brand, for example, this kalimba is now a lemon kalimba. So you can create a brand to sell things like that. Or in case you have a store where you're selling different things like Gucci bags or Chanel perfumes, then you would assign brands and then you can add products assigned to those brands themselves. But I don't have a brand for my flower bouquet called Summer Hush. I'll just go on and create a category. Okay, so category, I already created one, which is flower bouquets. Here we go. So home and then flower bouquets. So this is my category that I want to edit in. But it says here default category is marked as pink. Click to set default category. So now at the moment, home is the default category. I want to actually have flower bouquets as the default category. I don't need the home. So flower bouquets is the one that I want to use as a default category. I believe JC asked me previously, like, what's the process if I want to sell digital products? It's the same thing. So here you just decide digital product or standard product. In case it would be a digital product, you can just upload your products over here and just follow these step by steps. But this is just a standard product, a physical product, which is a flower bouquet. And I'll just click save and next. Okay, so images and videos. So here you can click in here to actually open up a file browser or the actual file selector, and then you can go in and select your image for your product. In my case, Summer Hush will be this bouquet from an image that I found online. And once it is uploaded, it immediately says that this is the cover. So this is the main image of the actual product. Okay, if you have any videos, you can add your videos here as well, just simply clicking on the plus button and adding your product videos in there. If you want, you can add on multiple images, not only one. I just have one for this bouquet, so we'll just go with this. Here, now we are on the step number 3. This is pricing and variance. You can see immediately when we come to the number 3, we come to the quantity discounts. But we don't actually want the quantity discounts. We want to click here to variance. Okay, if you have different variants or different types of products, for example, if you're selling t-shirts and you want to have a t-shirt that is a color gray and the color red, so you would type in a variant type which would be color, and then you can create a drop down list or radio buttons and you add on red t-shirts and then gray t-shirts and then so on. But in my case, there is no variance for this flower bouquet. I'll just add a price. So price is this one over here. So let's just say that the flower bouquet is now on discount and I'm selling it for $29.99. Okay, it's on discount. It was previously $36.99. Okay, so this is how we will get the actual. Can you create an affiliate program for a physical product? You cannot. You would need to somehow add on a link, but you cannot add on a link for a physical product. So this, let's just show it here. So if you see here, this is the price. This is the actual price that we are selling the product on. So when we set up the price over here, this is going to be shown in black color. If you set up your compare at price, this will be the price that is red and has a strike through over it to show that this is a discounted price now at $26.99. Okay, so this is the difference between the price and the compare at price. So compare at price always need to be a little bit higher than the actual price itself in order to show that it is now a discounted product. Okay. So I'm pretty much finished here. I don't have wholesale cost. I don't want to sell these bouquets on wholesale price or flat shipping fee, and I don't want to add quantity discounts. You can actually do this in case somebody purchases 5 of these bouquets or any type of product, then you give them a discount of a dollar amount or a percentage, like you get a 10% discount, 10% discount in case you purchase 5 products itself. But I will not do this one. I'll just leave it blank for the moment. Now we're coming to the settings. The settings are actually the settings of the pages, how it will be displayed. This is important when you are having your store, your e-commerce store, and you're selling your products that way. In case you're selling your products from a GroovePages embed, then it doesn't actually show the product page. So this is not very important in that case. But let's just say you want to have a funnel created in GroovePages and you also want to have a storefront, then you can select the default layout that you like, but you can also create your own. More on that in a later video. Okay, so I'll just leave it on a default. You can see how the upsell, in case you set up any upsell products, how it will be showing up. I usually set up this one or maybe this one, and you can go set up the bump products and bundles and so on and so on. The next step is the 5 review. In case you have any reviews or Facebook comments or something, you can add on reviews over here. You can also have GrooveKart collect reviews automatically from the people who purchased the product. Then they will be coming into pending reviews, and then you can decide if you want to show them on the page or not. I will leave the reviews out for now. I just want to go to the finish over here. This is the most important thing what we will have, because this is where we get the actual buy button embed code. Okay, and this is what I will be displaying today. So when you come to this page over here, which is a Groove page, so you see lemon.groovepages.com/florist. This is the actual page over here, and this is a buy button. So this buy button is needed, and it works using an embed code. As you see here, I used an embed code element, embedded the actual code in order to have the buy button display nicely like this. So we create this buy button on the finish page. When we are setting up the product on the number 6 on the finish page, we actually set up the buy button. Okay, so let's just click display the product on the website, just so that it shows up at a later point. Maybe we'll need to use it, and then we can go in and then create the buy button embed code. Okay, so the button text, we can decide what the button will be saying in here. So you set it up to get this amazing offer, or get yours now, or something like this, a call to action for the button itself. I'll just leave it at buy now. We can choose the button text color. I want to keep it at white, and then for this one I want to have this red color. I'll just copy it over the hex code from here, and I want this color to be my buy button color. So button background color, we click on here, and here we just paste in the actual hex code, we press enter, and now you can see the actual buy button coming live. So let's just set up a border radius. We want button border radius to be 3. Okay, here we go. Now we have a little bit more rounded corners on the button. If you delete this and you press the enter button, then it is straight. The button has straight corners, but in case you add this one to be number 3, you see that it rounds the borders a little bit, rounds the corners of the button itself. What if you want more different text in the CTA? At this moment you have only one line in GrooveKart for these buttons. Great. So we can also decide to show a product name. I don't want this. You can show a product image like this to have a buy now button with the image itself. You can show dashed border around the button, you can show the prices. And as if you see, this is what I did. I show the prices on my button in here. I will leave this on. So show the prices and show duplicated button as a buy now bottom link. I don't know why this is used, but it is, if it is here for a reason. So let's just turn this off and let's just use the clean version of it. In case you want, you can add image to the bottom. You can add another image over here. If you have like an ad or something like that, you can upload an image and then you can use that in here. I didn't find a use for it yet, but I just want to show you how to create the buy button. Once you designed it, once you're finished with it, you can just click the generate code, and then this is the code we will be using at a later point. Uh, when are you doing the demo for digital products? So for the digital products are the same exact process. So in case you're watching this training, you'll know how to set up your digital product. It's just that as the step number 1, instead of the standard product, you just choose digital product. Everything else is the same. Just the image of the actual product will be different. It will not be a flower. It will be maybe a box of a digital product or something like that. But this is the only difference for a digital product. So I will not create a separate video on how to do the same exact thing for a digital product. But with digital products, there are different things that are sold in a different way. So we'll be doing tutorials on that one, and I don't know when. So now that we have a buy button, as you can see, we have a buy button. You can also create a full checkout embed code. We'll do that in a later video. It's a very similar process. You can test it out yourself, but we'll just go on with the build because it's a Monday and we're going to build out the full florist page I just showed you earlier. So this is the code we need. Let's just click over here somewhere to Notepad and save it. Here we'll use it later on, and for now we can click save and we can exit from here. We don't need this anymore. In case you actually don't want to exit, in case you want to add on multiple flowers or multiple bouquets or multiple similar products, you can just click on the duplicate product over here and then just rename it or upload a different image on it, change the price, and that's basically it. So now, as you can see, I clicked on the duplicate product and now we are in the copy of Summer Hush. So let's just do another product very quickly, which will be Winter Whispers. Okay, that will be the name of the flower bouquet. So Winter Whispers. Let's just delete the flowers that we have in there, which will be white and I don't know, winter. I don't even know flowers, so let's just leave it like that. It will be going into product category for the flower bouquets, and it will be a standard product. You can go into more details in the description, SEO, advanced settings. That's just something you'll need to add on for your products in case you decide to sell it on your storefront. For my purposes, I don't need it now because we're selling it through a page in GroovePages. Let's just go on to the images and videos, and I don't want this image anymore over here, so I click on it and this pops up, so I can just click the delete button. I'm pretty sure I want to delete it, so I can just select a different bouquet. So I want to choose now this, and this will be my winter whispers. Okay, so now that I have the image inside, I can click save and I can go onto the pricing and variance. I can come over here, change the price if I want. I actually don't want. Let's just leave it at the same price. We can change the settings for the pages. We can add reviews, and we can go to the finish actually after that and create our buy button embed code. This is what we need. So we can just click on here. Again, buy now will be the text of the button. The button text color will be white. The background color will be that red from our page. Here. We paste it in here to this color picker. Button border radius, we want it to be 3 And once we did this, we just press the enter button in order to apply the borders or the actual corners on the button. I don't want to show the product name. I don't want to show the image. I don't want to show the dash borders. I just want to show the price, and I'm happy with that. So I can just click the generate code, and now I have another piece of text which I can add on, or a piece of code which I can add on to my notepad. So this first line will be for the first product. The second line will be for the second product. So we have two different buy buttons. Okay. Once we are done, we just click the save button and we can now finally exit. Once we exit, we can see all our products. So we will see the my products in here. So we have Winter Whispers and the Summer Hush that we just created together. They are all in the category of flower bouquets, and they have this price over here. They are active on our store as well. So that is it for the product setup. In case you want to actually start selling it and to make your store live, you need to go into the settings, click into store information, and add on the store information like your emails and support email and address and logos and things like that. You also need to connect a payment gateway in case you actually want to process the payments. You'll need to connect either GroovePay or Stripe, PayPal, Authorize.net, or any of these. I know that to checkout has a euro option, so in case you are coming from the actual European Union, to checkout, Stripe, PayPal can process euros as well, so you can use that one. You can also come into the international settings and choose the actual store currency, so you can click on the currencies and you can choose the actual euros or Australian dollars or any other currency that you want. Here you can set up your default currency and you can use that one. This way you can actually start selling products immediately inside the European Union as well, because we have taxes sorted out, we have international, we have also shipping available for countries and things like that. Also, one of the apps in here is the GDPR. So in case you go into the app manager, you can turn on the GDPR in case you're coming from the European Union. You want to start selling using GrooveKart, you can just come in here and then turn on the GDPR app, which is actually making the whole site secure and everything. So that's basically it. So now we set up a product, but in case you want to make your store live, you need to go into the settings, just go through all this and set up all your details in there. So in case you want to go turn on currencies, like you can just go in there and click the check mark for the currencies. In case you want to turn on the taxes and then set up the collection and the management of taxes, you can come in here. There is also a tax jar, an app that handles that for you, which is super easy to use, so you can use that one. There is also an option to create. Here we go. You can enable taxes. You can manually enter tax rates automatically calculated for these countries, or you can use tax jar to automatically handle that for you. So it's super simple to set up. You can just click, see all the options that you get, choose the one that you need, and then you are good to go. Yeah, so in order to have a fully working physical product store, you would need to go through the shipping, taxes, international, and then so on. Payment gateways is very important. Good. I will not be doing that today because this is a Monday live build video, but we are going to be diving in and creating this page over here. So let's just go in to GroovePages. I will leave this page open just so that we can reference it at a later point. But now we are here back in GrooveFunnels. We set up our product already in GrooveKart, and now we go to GroovePages and create our pages using this platform. This platform is a little bit more stable with the elements and everything, with a drag and drop system than GrooveKart. We also have more options, and people are more familiar with it because it has been out as a free option for a longer time. So people have been using it for a bit longer, and this is why I wanted to show you how you can use this system to sell your products from GrooveKart. Setting up the products is not hard. Setting up the pages could be challenging for some. Yeah, I will show you how to create a custom made page over here, but you can also use some of our templates for this one. So in case you are selling I don't know, physical products, let me just see over here, course, health and fitness. Let's just click on health and fitness. There are templates which are selling physical products for feminine. Here we go. For example, this one, there is a landing page that sells beauty products and things like this. I know there are also supplement templates and all kinds of different templates you can use with the same system I'm showing you today. So let's just have one. Here we go. Physical product sales page. You can actually set up this product inside GrooveKart, use this template, and connect the, instead of this order now, you create your own button in GrooveKart, you embed it in here, and then you can start selling your own physical products, crackers and whatnot. There is loads more templates, so you just need to scroll through and see which one you like for selling physical products themselves. But yeah, that's some, for example, e-commerce furniture template. You can sell furniture using GroovePages the same way I'm going to be showing you today. So in case you don't feel like creating your page from scratch, you can just use one of these. You can, instead of these order now button, you can connect your GrooveKart buttons and then start selling immediately. Okay. Now that I have explained that, we can go in and start from scratch. This will be florist. Florist bouquets. Yep. Start building. Bum, bum, bum. Good. There's loads of questions on here. I will be doing the live build first, and at the end of this session, I will be answering questions. So in case you have any questions, mark them, because as comments are coming in, I will not be able to scroll back up all the way. So just make sure you mark your questions so that I can answer them at the end as well. Okay. Great. So we are starting to build our website from the top. In here, we'll need a navigation bar. So let's just go in here, click on blocks, navigation bars, and let's just pull in one that we want. So for example, this one has a logo, some navigation links, and then some social media icons. We can use that one. Okay, so we'll just click on here, pull it in or drag it in, and then actually we can modify it. The first thing I want to do is just change the background. So I clicked somewhere around here in the corner. You can click somewhere outside where there is no elements in here. So just, let's, for example, here in the corner, then this chooses the block. And on the block, we have a green dot for the background because the background of this block was set up to be blue. I want to change it to be black. Okay. And then when you change it, you can see that this element also has a background color, which I just want to remove in order to be transparent. So the background of this block is black and the background of this element is none. So basically it's transparent now. The next thing, what we need is a cover. So this big section over here with an image in the background is called a cover. So we can come into blocks, we can come to covers, and then we can see one that we like. I believe in the demo I used this one over here. So it just says headline right here, and it has some computers in the hand managing a tablet or something. So this is what I used, and I just modified the actual actual image. So I will again click somewhere in the corner over here to select the block, and again you see that there is a background which was set up. This is where the image is loaded in, so I don't want this image. I want to choose my own image. I want to choose yeah, this website was created in a different account, so I'll just use this image. I want to upload it. There we go. Now that it's uploaded, it's quite big. I'll just resize it to 1000 pixels like that. And a suggestion for when you're building out, in case you want to have things like this nicely aligned, you need to make sure that everything that you want in the middle of the page on the image is actually in the middle of the page. So if you see over here, this paper is not quite in the middle of the page. So we can we click out of this image, we click back in, and then we can see this pencil icon. We click on the pencil icon and we can just cut the image as we want it. So this square over here that you see when I'm dragging, this is representing the middle of the actual screen. So this is how I resize my, or actually crop out the images which I want. There we go. So for example, this is now the center, and I can just click the confirm, make sure to upload this, and now it is nicely in the center of the screen. So I can just click out, click back in, just to make sure if it is cropped out nicely. Yes, we can see 896, and then we can select it. And the reason why I did this, in order to have the actual text really nicely centered on the image. So this image has this piece of paper in there, but in case you have different types of images, you will probably not need to do all this. I just wanted to show you a trick in case you have a similar looking image as me. Okay, so now this background is looking nice, but I want to make it a bit darker. So I click on the actual background section, black, and then using this slider, I make it a little bit see-through. So there's a background image, there's a color overlay, and I just made the color a little bit transparent so that we can see the actual image in the background. There we go. So that's all good, but how did I actually bring the navigation on the top of the cover? So this is what we are going to do next. And if you want to do this on your side, just please follow carefully now. So we click the block of the cover, as you can see here, and we go to the layout option. In the Z index, we put 1, okay, just a number 1. So we are now in the cover section. We are in the block. We chose the block. In the layout, we put a Z index to be 1. Now, because I want the black part to be on the top, I will go into spacing and make sure that the cover is negative and it goes on top like this. Okay, I'll leave it at -4 for now. So now I come in and select the actual navigation bar, okay, the block section, and I come to the layout and I press Z index 2. Okay, when I do this, it doesn't actually show up on top. I want this on top. So I want the cover to be down, and then the black navigation bar, I want it on top. When I press the number 2, it didn't work. If I press enter, it doesn't work. So there's a way to force it. Okay, so if you do exclamation mark important, then it actually pulls in the navigation bar on the top. So now the navigation is on the actual image. And to confirm that, we can make the navigation a little bit more transparent. And as you can see here, now it is on the top of the image. The background section is below it. And now it is nicely positioned so that the actual background is on top, but it's still see-through. So this is why the Z index is very important, in case you want to stack things on top of each other. In case it doesn't work for some reason, you can override it using this important. Okay, so it was a number, exclamation mark, important, all together. Cool trick, absolutely. So now we are over here, and then we will just need to put in a button over here, and we'll set up the rest of the blocks, and then later on we'll come and copy over the actual written text on it so that it doesn't show headline right here. So in here we just want a button, just a normal button, not the actual GrooveKart button. We'll pull it in here, we'll make it red. This red, we can also style it a little bit bigger this way. We can do some rounded corners. If you remember our buttons in GrooveKart, we set up to be 3. Basically the rounded corner border radius was 3, and this is the 0.35 is the actual same value as in GrooveKart. So we can use also a little bit of spacing on here to increase the size of the buttons, and on top and bottom as well, just a little bit to make it nice and thick. Great, so I'll leave it like this. Let's go and build out the rest of the sections of the page, and then we can move on. So it's very important that I show you also how to do this. As you can see here, there's an arrow. A lot of people don't know how to do this arrow. So this arrow, if you want, you can do this way, that you put an icon on here. Okay, an icon below, and then you actually position it, like you push it down. This way the actual text and everything is also pushed up, so I don't recommend you to do that. I will show you a better way how to put this arrow at the bottom of the screen. And the way I do it is by using a block, a wireframe block, just this empty container over here. Position it below the cover, okay, this way. I will click on the container and make sure that it is vertically centered, okay? And now inside this container, I will add on my icon. So what I'm showing you is how to create this icon so that it shows to scroll down and scroll lower on the page. At a later point, we'll be able to animate it so that it is actually jumping up and down, so that it pulls the eyes of the visitors to scroll lower on the page. So now we have this icon. Let's just come over here and choose, sit down, get all these arrows for going down. I like this big wide button. Let's just add a color, update. And now I can go into spacing and also click the margin, the top margin, and make it negative. There we go. So now we have a block that is here below, but it is not going to be seen because the actual icon that is populating it is pushed up a little. So as you see, this is a nice little trick that you can use to do this. Yeah, the block is still here, so you can modify it, but the actual content that is kept in the block was pushed out a little bit. So this is how I did this. Cool. You can also make it bigger this way. You can also position it a little bit higher. There we go. We'll modify this at a later point when we are editing everything else. Awesome. That's cool. Wow. Great. There we go. So now if we are editing the rest of the page, over here we just have a title, and then we have image, title, button, description. So let's just build this part out. Great demonstration, David. Excellent as always. Thank you very much, Jody. um, Great. So we are continuing with our build. We just need a title, and the titles we can pull in from the content tab. So if we come to content, we can have these types of titles in here. There is already pre-made version of what we are doing using this. Tastes good with both tea and coffee. So as you can see, this is already pre-made, so you can maybe use this instead. This is the same thing that we are using over here, so it's just the first image is on the other side. So the image is here and not over here. Then they have a title, description, and a button. This is what we have: title, description, and a button. So you can use this instead if you want. I will what's the yeah, I will just use this one just to make it a little bit faster on us. I will click on the title and I will change it to page default. So all the texts I will change to page default so we can modify them using one click later. Here as well, page default. And instead of this button, I don't want this button, but I want a code embed element. I want this element over here. And this will be for the button from GrooveKart. So I can actually just delete this button, and I want a code embed element. Now I will take my handy dandy notepad, which I copied over the GrooveKart button, copy over the first one, click in the code embed, and then just paste it in here. Save it. Okay, an item was added to the checkout. Let's just save it and then see how it looks like. Let's just save it, refresh. Let's see if it displayed nicely. Okay, so it didn't. It shows up strange. So we may need to go into the actual GrooveKart again and copy over the actual button code. Oops, not orders, sorry, products. So this is, I'm in GrooveKart. I'm just copying over my button code because it must have, something must have gone wrong. So the summer hush, let's just go into the edit. And then here in the finish, I want to choose this embed code. And yeah, so we copied the actual code over until here, but we didn't copy this div part. This whole code now with the div section, I want to save in here. And as you see, it is now displaying nicely. Yeah, so let's just do the same thing over here. We will come to the text, set up page default, this button we don't need. We just want to duplicate this, copy it over here, and then change the code. So this code will be for the second product, the second bouquet. So we will go to GrooveKart. Now I'm in the GrooveKart, and I will just go in to Winter Whispers, and I will click the actual finish button, number 6, to get the correct embed code, which I didn't get it for the first time. There we go. So I selected all, copy it over, paste it in here. Now I have the same price, but for a different product. Okay, there we go. So we can now change the images. I already have my images prepared. I'll just upload them in here. So I want this and this. Oh, I can upload only once at the same time. Okay, this will be one of the products. This will be another product. When will the training for GrooveKart be updated to reflect the current version of GrooveKart? There's a GrooveKart training every week, so I don't know what you are watching, but check the YouTube channel. Okay, so this is my second product. Actually, here I should have put in the first product. There we go. So the image is quite big, so let's just go in back and modify it. So I want it to be 700. Okay, update. There we go. So this is the first product. I have the second product, which I am uploading, and this is the one. Also 700 dimensions. And there we go. So this is what I wanted to do. We'll do spacing, sizing, and the text we'll edit later on. Let's just click the save button and then continue with the build. So below these products, I'll not do 4. I'll just leave it at 2. And then let's just create this form over here. This is in case you want to have a custom, for example, in my case, a custom made bouquet. We can receive orders for that one as well. At this moment, we don't have the option to receive these messages through through GrooveMail. We're still waiting for that CC option when we set up an automation to GrooveMail. We want to send it to somebody. We want to send it to ourselves. We not only want to send it to the people that fill out the form. We also want to send it to ourselves as we receive the order. This we still are missing. So at this moment, you can do these types of forms and receive the messages through Zapier. We'll soon have that one as well with GrooveMail. But in here we have a title, description, and just a form. So we can find something that has a similar layout. Let's just go into blocks, forms, and let's see what we have here. Okay, so on here, there's not much that we can use that looks similar to the one that we need. Maybe this one, actually. This one looks very similar with the green button. The third one from the bottom, you will see it has a full name, email, phone number, claim your spot, and already a title. So this we can modify. We need a title. We need a description. So we'll go into the elements, paragraph, and just pull out the paragraph just below the title. And we want the title, paragraph, and then email, first name, last name, message. Okay, so email, first name, last name, message. So let's just do this. Fuck. This is I have some kind of bug in the room, so it's attacking me. Okay, so email. First F name is the input name. First name. Okay. And here. First name, last name. Then we want one more over here, and this will be a text area element, which we can find in the form settings for our form elements, and we just want the text area. Okay, this is somewhere where people can leave their messages. There we go. And in here, we'll just type in your message. Perfect. We did this email, first name, last name. As you can see, these have a different font. So if we go and click on the actual input field, we want to change this back to page default. We'll be able to change the actual page and site font globally, so we don't have to change each one by one. Okay, and this button, I just want to have a little bit separated from the other one. There we go. So email, first name, last name, message. Email, first name, last name, message, send. Okay, so instead of claim your spot, we want to say send. Okay, Sushil, you are asking all kinds of different questions that may not be related to what we're doing today. In case you have any kind of different questions not related to this one, please reach out to support or have a look through the Facebook group and find your answers there. At this moment, we are going to be answering questions for this build only. Okay. Good. So now that we created this form, we just want to add on a differentiation. So the first block on the top is white background. This one is gray, and then another one block with a white background. So we not just need to see, okay, so here is white. Then we want to have this a bit lighter gray. Okay, this is a lighter gray, but on here in the container, as you can see, there is different colors. In the container, we also have a background color that I don't actually want. And there we go. So now we have white, this light gray, and then we will have another white section at the bottom. Great. So in this lower block, we have three images below, actually 6 images altogether. Headline, which is a title, description, and just a button below everything. Very simple to create. We can also duplicate this one. So title, description, and then just put in the images. So let's just see what we have from the blocks. We already probably have some blocks that we can use. We just click blocks, gallery, and let's find something that we could use. Okay, maybe this one actually. This already has 3 images on the side. We just need to put in the title and the description in here. So let's just duplicate this. There we go. This is our title. Let's just duplicate this. This is our description. And if we choose the layout 3 by 3, we can separate that by 2 rem approximately, and then we'll just populate the images with our own. So this one is from a toy template. If you are selling kids toys, you can use the actual template available in the template library for that one. We are selling flowers, so we are going to be uploading flower images in here. So these are images that I found on Facebook from one of my friends. She has her own flower shop. So I just borrowed these to create this template with. Okay, perfect. There we go. We'll just do for the rest of these. Where this form information will be saved. So the form information will be not saved anywhere. You need to connect an integration at this moment to do something with the information. At a later date, we'll have GrooveMail handle the connection. So if somebody sends you the information through this form, you will be able to receive it and also capture their details in GrooveMail. At this moment, that is not ready yet. That feature is not ready yet. So you will need to use Zapier in order to handle this information. So it is not captured and saved by our system at this moment. Okay. Answer for Pritom Kaisar. Good. I will just upload 3 more images over here. Just use the same ones that I uploaded so that we speed up this process. You are probably not interested in me teaching you how to upload images because this is very, very straightforward. Um, here we go. There we go. So now our images are here. They are not the same size as you see, so this is why this differentiation happens with this image. So this image and this image are the same height. They are sized um, the same dimensions, but this middle image and then this first image are a little bit shorter, so this is why there's a little gap. When you are uploading your images, I suggest you to use all the images the same size, the same dimensions, so you don't have these gaps in there. Okay, so the last thing we are missing over here is a button, and let's just copy over our button that we created on the top here, and let's just drag it down. There we go. So we want to just put it here. So when I was dragging in the button, I just needed to find somewhere this gap over here, and then drag it down here at the bottom of the page, as you see. Then it puts it below. When I hover over this one, there's a red border around this layout 3x3, which is the 3 column where we have our images. If you drag your button in between over here and then you just drag it down, this is where it will allow you to put in the image on below the whole section. So in here, I just selected the container. I want to position the container to be shown vertically in the middle. Now everything will be centered in the middle. So this section is also finished. I'm just saving the work not to lose it. And let's go. So we have 3 more sections. We have this reasons to choose our service. We have a contact section and just a footer section. So let's just pull these in very quickly and then we can start modifying it. This is going to be the interesting part because we are going in and then modifying everything. Also, we'll make sure that the whole site is fully mobile responsive. As you can see, it is looking nice on each and every device. Even on when somebody purchases it, then they can come and purchase the product through the actual mobile version of the site. So this is something we'll be diving in. And since we are using pre-made blocks from the block library, we are not going to need to do a lot of modifications. So the next section we need is the explanation of why we are good, reasons to choose our service. So these are called features blocks or resources as we have them in here. So in case you come into resources, you can find these types of blocks already pre-made. So we can maybe use this one. Okay, so in here we'll put in our image and here as well, but we don't actually need a button because in our example we don't have a button, but we do need a paragraph for the description. We only have a title. We want the description as well, so we can just take this description over here, duplicate it, and then pull it down just below our title over here. There we go. Now we can delete the buttons. We don't need the buttons anymore. And I want to put all the text to page default in order to be able to change it very easily at a later point. There we go. And we can put in our images in here. So the images I downloaded from Flat Icon. This is a service where we have where you have the option to download these icons and modify them, change the colors on them, and so on. So this is an icon that I downloaded over there, and we can just resize it. I like to put for these smaller icons, I like to put the actual width to auto and moderate the height using the relative to the page. This way I can see how high an image I want. I actually want 6 rem in height. Okay, there we go. Let's just change this image to delivery. Okay, there we go. So I want to put the width to auto. I want to put the height to relative to page and then increase it to 6 rem so that this is the same height as my other icon. Okay. So the last image over here is the bouquet of flowers, and we'll just select this one, update, do the same thing. So the resize, we will choose the design over here, come into the sizing. I like to put the width to auto and then height to manage using relative to the page option, and I will resize it to the 6 rem so that all of my icons are the same height, which will make it very nicely laid out on the page. So now that is done, we will see if we need anything else on here. We'll just need to make this bigger, this smaller, resize these, paste in the text, and we are done with this section. The only thing is that the background is light gray. So let's just modify that one. On our example, the whole section is still white. So we want to come into background, choose a color that is a light gray color over here, and we are done. Now we have 2 more sections left. The contact us section, which is this one over here. It looks great. There's an image in the back. There's a white container with this information in here. I'll show you which section, which block I used. If you come into the blocks and you come into the actual contact, you will not find this example over here. And this time I went to covers and I found a cover that was very interesting looking. Let's just actually see all of the blocks, which is an interesting block that not a lot of people would recognize that it's similar. You can use this type of thing as well with the cover, and then there is a white container in it. But I found another one that I used for this example, which was this one. We help you build and launch digital products fast, which is from a very dark template of ours available in the template library, which is a dark background and a dark container. So once you shift the actual colors and make white background on here in this container, it looks really good. So this web and app development, I just want to change to this red, and over here we are good with the gray. So I just choose this actual container on here and make the background white. And then in the block section, I want to make the background an image. And I'll just choose one of these. Can I change font? Yes, you can change the font, Super Mario. How do I shade the images? The shading, the images, I will show you now immediately. Give me just 1 second. So let's just resize this to 1000 over here. Okay, and then we can just select it. Now we have an image in the background with a black color overlay. If you actually choose if you have an image, Super Mario, and then you choose a color, for example, let's choose this yellow. If you use this slider, you can see that the image is now becoming more visible, and if you slide it back, then the actual color is becoming more visible. So this way you can shade the actual images. So once we remove this one, we can see that this is a nicely laid out section with a very, very big title, which we will make it a bit smaller. And let's just see. So it says contact us, telephone number, email, and some social media icons. So we will not need this section in here, but we will want a container with social media icons. So I will click inside this container. I want them aligned nicely like this. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And this is not an image. You can actually create these types of images, rounded images in some type of image editors, but I will show you how to create these within the actual app itself. So if you come yeah, so if you come into the empty container, you click the layout. You want the the actual icons to be horizontally laid out like this, and you want them in the middle of the page. You want them here, and you want them also in the middle of the section. You want them here, not on the top, not on the bottom, but in the middle. Okay, so this is why I chose the horizontal, because I want to display them 1, 2, and then 3. Okay, not 1, 2, and then 3 on the top. There we go. So now when I pull in an element, which is called icon, you can see that immediately it positioned in the middle. So I can come in, say Facebook, select this one, and I want the actual icon to be white. Now it will disappear from the page because the background is also white. But here, I want the background to be black. There you go. So now we have an icon, which should be the Facebook icon. Update. Here we go. And now the background of the icon is black. So in order to make it round, we need to increase the padding a little bit like this. Let's say 1 rem. And then make the corners rounded. And then modify the actual spacing. So as you can see on the top, it looks like an egg at this moment. So on the top and bottom, we would just need to decrease this one or just increase on the sides. As you can see, it looks good now. We can just duplicate this and then set up, I don't know, Twitter. The Twitter bird update. Now the Twitter icon is a bit different. It is more wide, so we'll need to apply different types of spacings. So we will probably want to just decrease the sides a little bit. There we go. Now they are looking very similar. Let's just remove them by 1 rem like this. And then we have one more. Let's just do an Instagram icon. Instagram icon over here. And it is already looking kind of nice, just a little bit on the sides. Would look better this way. Yeah, I guess it would look better this way. So at this moment, these icons are not perfect circle because we use the spacing. The spacing is going to be keeping on all the devices, as you can see. It is going to be keeping the structure. You can upload your own custom icons done in image editor. I just wanted to show you this trick that you can do all kinds of customizations using this one as well. So now that this is finished, let's just see. We have contact us, a phone number, an email address, social media icons, and we just need a footer. So let's just come into design blocks, footer, and let's just find one that would work. This one would work just with the logo at the bottom, or just the year and the copyright. There is this one with the social media. There is this one as well, which would be nice. Very simplistic, very minimalistic. Copyright, and then here are the social media icons. Sometimes you don't need social media icons if you put them over here as well, but yeah, so let's just delete this and choose a simpler one. footers. Let's just use this one. Just the empty one with a piece of text at the bottom. Florists. Great. Now, ladies and jelly beans, as Mike Filsame says, we have finished pulling in all the blocks that we want to use. We'll just need to go in now and modify the text, modify the spacing, and then the sizing of things, and then we are basically done. So let's start from the bottom over here. At the bottom, we have a different type of footer that I showed you previously, but I didn't want to use the same social media icons over here because we already have them in the footer, so I choose different footer. It is a dark background footer, so I'll just change the background to some sort of grayish color, and this will be white. And let's say that we are finished with the footer. The footer is going to be auto resizing on every device, so this is staying in the middle. So let's just come back and then edit the upper section for the contact. As we can see, the contact us is put in the middle of the page, and then we have the phone number over here. So this piece of text we want in the middle of the screen, and this will also be in the middle of the screen, and this will be the phone number, like that. And then we want to add on the email. So this is just a dummy email. In case you send an email to this address, you will not get a reply from anyone because this doesn't exist. Okay, here we go. So now we are done. We have we need to set up the fonts to be the page default, and that is kind of sort of it. We will probably need to just size things or space things a little bit differently. On here, as you can see, this container adds on a bit of spacing, so if we want to just pull this a little bit up, then we can. I'll leave it as it is, and then just, as you can see, that this white container is completely on the top of the page. I'll click on the container itself. Actually, I'll click on the block itself, and then using padding, I will just adjust the container. So in here, as you can see on the bottom, we have 4 rem padding inside the block of this section. If I add on top padding 4 rem as well, then we'll have this container in the smack in the middle of the page, and that's something we want. We also want to have here contact us. That's a little bit bigger that way, and we are kind of done with this section over here. We can maybe decrease this spacing to be like that, and there we go. So Lemon Florist, we have the social media icons, and this section is done. We'll just need to change the font color, and then the font style, different font, and then it will be looking better. Reasons to choose our service. Let's just copy this as the headline of this other section on here. Service, and let's just increase the size of it. Make it, I don't know, this dark or even black. And then on here, we just want to copy over the description. So I'm just copying over these descriptions and the text just to increase the speed of this tutorial. If I would go now and write the copy myself, that would be a long time waster. So I believe this one is a little bit better if I do it this way. As you can see here, the actual title is wide on the page, and then the subtitle or the description over here is smaller and in 2 lines. So we want to do that one. We want to make this a little bit bigger, 4.5. And this one I want to make in 2 lines. So how do I make this piece of text over here, this paragraph, in 2 lines? We can do this using spacing. So we can put in padding on left and right and then push it in using that one. You can do also using the sizing. You can click on here, you can click on width and then choose relative to the parent, but this makes the actual text align to the left. So I would just do it with the padding in this time. We don't need it. We can also leave it in one line, but I just want to make it similar as in the other tutorial, as in the other example. Okay, there we go. We can maybe also increase the text size by 1. There we go. On here, I want a little bit of spacing. So I'll choose this layout 3 by 3 and I will add on a bit of top margin. So margin is adding on outer spacing so that the spacing between the actual top, this description, and then this container over here, which has 3 columns, will be set up a bit wider. And then on here I want to resize or space things very nicely. So I want a nice gap over here, a nice gap over here. This I will be doing on here. So instead of personal loan, I want always fresh flowers. Always fresh flowers. There we go. And I want to moved always fresh flowers a little bit lower on the page. So I will add on a top margin. As you can see on the bottom, we have 1 rem. I will add on a top margin also of 1 rem. There we go. And inside the description, I want to put our bouquets will please your eyes for at least 2 weeks. There we go. Then delete this one and then there we go. Our bouquets will please your eyes for at least 2 weeks. Maybe we can add on a light. There, perfect. The next section is fast delivery. In here, fast delivery. And then I want to also add on a top spacing on the margin, 1 rem. And here, I want to add on the description just here a little bit bigger. 125 rem. There we go. And then we are ready to move on to the next section, which is the third one, talented florists. Talented florists. We want to manage the spacing, 1 rem, perfect. And on the description, we want to add each our florist has a, we're actually missing each of our florists. Okay, so in here, we want to have this in the center and we want to increase the size 125 rem. There we go. And that's kind of it. Maybe a little bit more space in between. Good. So now we are done with this section. Okay. This is done. Now follow us on Instagram is the button. Follow us on Instagram. We can just link a URL to the Instagram page. I want to do a little bit smaller text on this one. Follow us on Instagram and then space it a little bit further from the images, maybe 5 rem like this. And that's kind of it. with this section. The images are here. These are all already styled properly with spacing and layouts and everything. So I just want to modify the actual headline and the description. I'll just copy it from here because I already modified everything that I wanted. So I'll just copy the modified version of the title in here. I'll delete this one. I'll also copy over description, duplicate it, and then just pull it up on the page up here. Follow us on Instagram. Now I want to show you one more trick. I showed this during the Groovathon, but a lot of you may have not seen it. The Groovathon was a very, very long presentation that many of you may have missed my presentations. So if you want to put only one piece of text into your own brand color, then you would probably do it this way. So you select everything and make sure that you have black color on everything, but I want Instagram to be this same exact color as my button. Then you select this piece of text and then you choose the color on here. But I don't have that exact same red color on here as on my button. So then I showed this trick where you select the whole text, you select this text element, you set it up as your brand color, okay? Because here you can pick different colors using this color picker, okay? In this case, this is my color. Then the next step is to select the piece of text that you don't want to be in this color and just mark it as either white, gray, or black. These are the most common colors of texts. So you select the text and then you make it black. And now you have the actual same exact thing that you wanted to achieve, but you didn't achieve it by selecting the text and then making it the color that you want, but you made the whole section the color you want, and just a piece of text that you didn't want that color, you made it black. So this way you can do all kinds of sorts of things with your brand color, which I believe it's great. So now this is our description on here, and as you've seen on the demo page, it is a little bit bigger and it doesn't have that spacing, so we'll just remove this spacing on here. We'll leave it at 8 rem. Okay. Perfect. So now we are done with this section and we can actually press the save button to not lose any changes. That would be quite bad. I actually had a couple of tutorials when I didn't save and unfortunately I lost my my work, so I needed to redo it, but not in this case. So over here we can also just use the title and this description from this part because we already styled it. So let's just do that first. Okay, I want to just select this, duplicate, and then pull it up here. Thank you very much. Delete this part and duplicate this part and pull it up. There we go. I don't need this long lorem description, but I want to space things out on here. There we go. So the spacing on here happens. This is now 100% because there is spacing on here. So there is a 16 rem applied on here. I will not touch it because this is how the block was set up, but I want different colors. As you can see inside my form, I don't have any background color. I have a border outline. So what I was saying is I don't have a background color, but I do have a border outline. So I'll select an outline over the whole thing, 1 pixel in black color. Now what I did is change this kind of looking form to this kind of looking form, and this is what we want to achieve with the whole form. So let's just go on and just continue doing this. If we select it, select the background, remove the actual background color, we go to the border, we set up the border color, the border radius to 1 pixel, and then black. I'll just do that one more time. Get rid of the background, set up the border over the whole thing for 1 pixel in black. And then the last one is the message form field over here, which is background is getting removed, border is getting applied in 1 pixel black. There we go. Now the last thing is to actually set up the background of the form to black. Let's just compare. This one is a little bit wider, but this is not a huge deal. We can make that happen over here as well by just removing a little bit of spacing on here. There we go. So now the next thing is to actually remove that text and then apply this text. And if you remember on the previous where I will show you how to change the text color so that you have two, we set it up to this color, but I want to set it back to black. And then this piece of text is coming as my description over here, and I believe it is light, so it will change once we set up our own color. Okay, this is good. Is the send button also? Yeah. Okay, here is the part where we actually want to have the price here. We'll need to move the buy now button. As you can see, it is now somewhere in the center of it, but we'll move the buy now button to be over here. I'll show you how to do it. There's a little trick around it, but you can achieve it. And I want to add on my actually product names, which are Winter Whispers, and then let's just leave the lorem ipsum text like this. Just make it a bit smaller like that. And now I want to move this buy now button towards the left hand side over here. So if you see now, when we actually save and preview the page, the button is shown indented. So this will be blank space, and then this will be blank space on the other side. Let me show you. This is how it gets embedded for some reason. As you can see, this white space we need to remove. We need to actually push the buy now button to show here in order to look good. We can also center everything on here, and then we can do one of them centered, one of them to push on the side so that it is aligned. I'll show you both versions. So let's just do the Winter Whispers. I want the button on the left hand side over here. So I'll click on this embed your code, and I'll work with the spacing. So I'll click on the margin, make negative margin, and pull the button all the way as I can, a little bit over. As you can see now, the button is over here, the text is starting over here. It's a little bit over than what I would need, but then using the padding, I can make it actually, I can make these minor adjustments so that it is now nicely aligned. Now the code embed element is pulled to the side, but there's nothing happening on here. There's nothing happening on here. It's just that in here, now we can save it and preview it. In there, it is actually nicely aligned. So let's just preview it. And you can see it is showing up nicely aligned to the left-hand side. Using the margin and then add a little bit of padding, we managed to bring the button where we actually want it. If you do want to leave it in the middle, for example, let's just leave this button in the middle. It is not in the middle now. As you can see, it is not in the middle. There is a little bit of less space on here than on here, so we can modify that one as well. So we'll take the whole embed code and we'll just space it out so it is in the middle. We can do that with the padding, and then we can adjust it nicely towards the middle of the actual container in here. And on mobile as well, yes. So we'll need to have a look how it looks on the mobile, make a minor adjustments if needed, but it is going to be staying in there. So let's pull all this into the middle. There we go. The text needs to be in the middle, this one as well. And then this one over here, I want to make left aligned. It is going to align it to the left on the whole, on all the devices, but we'll just go into the mobile and then center it. That's not a problem. Perfect. So now we have this one centered to the middle using just padding. If you've seen, I clicked on the embed code and I applied padding in order to adjust it to the center. I know that this is the center because this is this little box and this little box are showing the center of the whole container. So this is how I know that we are centered. Yeah, let's just copy over the title from here. We create hand-tied bouquets for individual orders, weddings, and events. Okay, that's not how I wanted it, but doesn't matter. We can just undo that. There we go. And we are done. Let's just apply a little bit of spacing in here. On the top. There we go. Great. So I really like how this looks. And we are now on the first two sections, which is the navigation and the cover. And the cover, we want the button to say buy bouquets. Buy bouquets. Oh. We can move it a little bit lower on the page this way. 5. There we go. 5. And then we want this one to say only florist, the only florist you'll need. I really like this font because the F and the L got merged, so it has a little I don't know. This could be actually a very, very good logo for a florist using this one, just florist. I like the font. And this font is available in build. It's called Railway, and we'll change it in a moment together. There we go. We'll just increase the size. When we change the font color, we'll adjust it properly so that we get the same exact looking. So in here 3 words, and then over here 2 words. And then choose one. Oops. Choose one of the already created designs or order a unique bouquet. There we go. We don't want this piece of text. We will also adjust it once we change the actual font. Now, in the container, I want to add on a little bit of spacing. You can see that there is a 3.5, 3.5 already, but I want to make sure that the whole section, the whole block of the cover is spaced out to be 100% of the viewing height on a device. And I do that by using the sizing. If I choose the whole block over here and I go to height relative to the page, and I just pull it up to 100 VH. This is 100 viewing height or visible height. Now I can modify things on here using the padding. I can add on a little bit of padding. I can remove padding on here and things like that. I don't want to do that because I want to just change the font first to see how it will affect the styling on the page. So let's just do that now. We finished everything and we set up all the texts on the page to be page default. As you can see, this page default is used in order so we can go into pages and set up a global font using this font option in the page settings. You can also do this in the site settings by clicking on here, site settings, and you'll see the same exact options here. So I want to choose Railway. Once you click this check mark, then you get this nice looking font. You can see this FL is merged and it looks pretty cool. So now we will need to do a little bit of padding on the container side. So we'll push in everything a little bit from the container side by clicking on the container, and then there is already a little bit of padding applied on the sides. We'll just want to add a little bit more bada bim, bada boom. We have now a nicely styled page. We can add on a bit of spacing on the top on here. So it's kind of in the middle. And that's it. We have finally finished it. We can rename the page so it doesn't say home. We can add on multiple pages for services and so on. We'll not do that in this time, just so that the navigation updates. I don't have a logo, so I'll just leave this logo ipsum. We can also connect the icons to a URL, which is maybe a Facebook link or something like that, just by having your link, clicking on the icon, and then using the URL option to paste in your Facebook profile, for example. Open a new tab. So we just need to actually modify it to be Facebook. And then white. There we go. So now this Facebook is actually linked to the Facebook group of the Groove group. There we go. So let's just have a look quickly in the preview how it looks like. Also, we can check how it looks on a mobile devices. So the only florist you'll need. This is what we created together with just in a couple of steps. On here, we're actually missing the button. We'll need to see why that disappeared. But everything else looks very, very nice. Follow us on Instagram, reasons to choose, and contact us. Beautiful work. I'm not just saying because I did it, but I know that you like it as well. So there's something happening on here, and I'm not quite sure why this embed code didn't appear. We'll need to see it on a live version, but let's just modify the mobile responsiveness. So now we built out the site in this device, okay? But when I actually want to modify the mobile responsiveness and not need to change everything this way and then go back this way. Sometimes when you change something on a mobile, it changes on a desktop. And this way, if you go and start from the mobile device and just click on the mobile device, you can start modifying things that will not make an impact on desktop. This is something I learned recently, so you can be confident in your modifications. So on here, we can close the actual mobile navigation menu. We don't need it. We can now start modifying things on the mobile device. The only florist you'll need, we can leave this big, but the actual block section of the cover, I don't want it to be so big, so huge. This is just making a mess on the page. So I'll just go into sizing and then I'll put auto. Okay, even if it's smaller than it is good. The button, I'll probably want to just move it a little bit up. And this icon, I want to move it a little bit down. You can also get rid of it on here. You don't necessarily need it on the mobile view, but let's just leave it for now. Make this a bit smaller, make this a bit smaller. And we are done with this section. On here, you can make this smaller. The button is actually padded, so we don't want that. We want to make a negative and then position it in the middle. There we go. We have the product images on here, and also on this side, if you remember, we left aligned everything. So this is why it is left aligned. On the mobile, we probably want to have everything center aligned. So we want to also center align this one just by moving it a little bit on here. There we go. So now we should have the mobile version sorted. Let's just have a look at the preview. Okay, on the desktop version, nothing changed. On this one, nothing changed. Only on the mobile version, we sorted it out. if we have a look at the preview, we can check only the mobile version, and it looks good. For some reason, we're still missing this button over here, but the other one is loading in, and it works nicely. Okay, so this is one of the ways that you could do mobile responsiveness. If you really want to make a custom-looking mobile responsive website, when you designed everything on a desktop device, you go mobile first, and then make sure that everything is good. Then you go up to the bigger device, then you make sure everything is good on here. So because I changed over the mobile version to not have the height anymore, it also turned off this one. So maybe relative to the page would need to be set up 100 viewable height. Yeah, it still doesn't look good because we have very, very big fonts on there. So let's just put this to auto and let's modify the fonts. Okay, let's close this mobile navigation and then turn off the padding on the sides. Once we do that, everything is a bit nicer on here. And we can then increase the font. We can add on some spacings on here. And one thing that we didn't do, if you see on this device and this device and every other, we didn't position the actual background image to stay in the center. So if you go back to the block section, if you come to the background, make sure that this is set up to stay in the center. Now when we move this, it should be centered. Yeah, because we only had one device selected. So if we set it up for all devices, then the actual background will stay centered, which will look much nicer. There we go. So now we have this device sorted. We need to just do this device. Okay, we can also resize this and remove the padding on the sides. Push this a bit lower. There we go. So that's one of the tricks, to go design for all devices and then go from mobile, just design backwards and make sure everything looks good on all devices. There was I created a couple of different tutorials where I showed how I designed the page on all devices, and then I went and modified each and every device, and then I was coming backwards again. So I actually found out that if you design for all and then just start at the end and just divide and design backwards to be backwards compatible with all the devices, then it actually looks nicer and it's quicker to design this way. So maybe something you could try yourself. We can just manage that. We can just put on a bit of spacing. I didn't edit everything on all these two devices. I didn't go through the whole page. I just wanted to show you quickly how to do that, because a lot of people may not know these tricks. So there we go. I'm not quite sure why this doesn't show up, so I'll just delete it, which is not the best idea because we'll need to modify it again. So let's just duplicate it. Not duplicate it. Let's just pull in a new code embed and let's pull in the actual name of the Winter Whispers we already have. Yep, I'm not a robot. What can you do to increase SEO? Edit headers? Not quite. So you can go into the page settings and actually add on the meta keywords, meta title, so that you modify and you decide actually how to show in the search results. You need to also research keywords and make sure you are using the keywords you want to rank for. Once you want to rank for, in my case, I don't know, a flower shop in, I don't know, in London, Flower Shop London, Flower Shop London would be used a couple of times on the whole page. Okay, so you need to know your keywords. If you actually know your keywords, this makes it super easy for you um, to have very well ranking website in Google. Not this kind of Google. My phone just turned on the assistant, but this is on page SEO. A lot of things that you can do is just use keywords and modify the settings over here with meta title, meta description, meta keywords, and an open graph over here. But a lot of things are happening in the backend. It's off-page SEO, which is backlinking and sharing your sites on other higher ranking websites. But on-page SEO wise, using keywords on your page, using keywords in the settings, in the description and the meta keyword settings. That's basically everything that you can do for SEO. You can also use like these minor things like make sure you use one heading one on the page. You can make sure that you use heading 2 for different sections of your text, but this is not so very important when you're doing that. Make sure that you resize your images, um, but more important is backlinking. In SEO, having your site shared around the internet is more important than actually using the correct heading tags and having a fast fast sites. Like even if you don't do a lot of customization with GroovePages, you already have a very fast loading site, so there's not much that you would need to do in that case. Okay, so now our new button is loading in. The old button is not loading in, so we'll just need to remove the old button and let's play with a new button. So in here, I want to have the spacing in the middle. Or actually, I wanted to do it with the padding only. Okay. There we go. So now we have a button that is showing up. I don't know why the other one didn't, but I just pulled in the new code from GrooveKart, the fresh code, and now it shows up. The actual title of this is Summer Hush, and then I want to just modify the button to show up nicely on the mobile. And then, oops, I didn't choose only the mobile. Okay, so I just need to choose the mobile itself, only the mobile, and then decrease this, make the margins negative, and then position the whole button in the middle. There we go. Now it will be nice. It will be showing up. Go into the tablet version, tablet view, and then adjust the actual. Make this 0, and then using the padding, position it in the center. So now this stayed where it was. This is now moved. This now needs to move just so that we have it negative. Don't be so negative. There we go. So now we positioned it in the middle, kind of, sort of. Over here, this one is staying left aligned. So this is something that you can manage. As you see, we left aligned it on the desktop, and then it keeps it left aligned. On the top one, we want it in the middle, so we are managing it so to stay in the middle. There we go. On here a little bit adjusted, and then on here there you go. So Now, we kind of modified the devices. Only the first two parts I did. I did previously on the other training demo. I did everything modified. Everything is modified nicely. The last thing I wanted to show you is how to actually modify the mobile menu. You see this home. If you click out of the home, you get a section selected. This happens on a vertical tablet and a mobile. You can add on a little bit of background in here. So let's just add on a black background just so that it is showing. This background is and the content is covering the back section, the actual heading title. So we can maybe do like 30%, 50%. So in case somebody opens up this web page on a mobile, they will see that the whole background is changing, and this is a mobile menu now they can choose. So you can just close it and then open it by clicking on that button here. And this is now done on both the mobile and the mobile and the tablet on the vertical positions. So that is it on how to make it mobile responsive. I didn't do the whole section, but it's just spacing, sizing adjustments on starting from the mobile and then going upwards. This is what means mobile first. So if you go on here to mobile, you adjust this one, then you have a nice looking form. Maybe we can decrease this. Then you go on to this one, then you adjust that one exactly as you want on here. I actually like it this way. Maybe decrease the size on here. There we go. Here and bam. So now you have modified all the sections to show nicely on mobile. Let's just have a look at this Instagram section. As you see here, there is a little bit of padding. We selected this section. We have this padding applied. We remove it on the mobile. We leave it on the tablet. Let's just see how this looks. Yeah, we just put this on a tablet. A little bit like that. On here is good. On here it's good. So by just applying certain steps, you make sure that the actual page is exactly as you'd like. Okay, so the button is fine. So let's go over to this section on mobile, the gray section. I want to absolutely decrease this font over here. What's happening with this one? There's probably some spacing applied to it. Yep, there's spacing on here, which if I removed, things start showing up. And I want to decrease the text size because it looks better when it's small. Everything else is looking good. So let's just see this on the tablet view. Okay, on this, we want to decrease this. We want to remove this padding on here. We want to decrease this font, and maybe we can also decrease the padding on the sides here. So minor adjustments that you could do in order to make your site exactly as you want. People are saying mobile responsiveness with GroovePages is hard. I'm not quite sure if I would agree with that one because it's just playing with a builder and finding things out how it works. If you find out how it works and how it actually functions, what you need to change in order to have the certain how to achieve what you actually want to achieve, then it's actually a child's play. As you see, I'm not doing anything else. I'm just resizing and spacing things properly. That's it. That's mobile responsiveness. There we go. So contact us. I want this a little bit smaller. I want this a little bit smaller. There we go. So I have a mobile version done. I have the tablet version. I have this one. I have this one, maybe a little bit smaller. And then this one a little bit smaller. And this one is good. So now let's just decrease a little bit the size on here. Decrease the padding on here. Like that, maybe the size of the text. And yeah, that's it. So let's just publish it and see how it looks like. Lemon flower. So we publish the lemon.groovepages.com/lemon flower. If we open, we probably get, okay, there we go. So this is now our website that we created together with embedded GrooveKart checkout. If we go to proceed checkout, we get a pop-up where we get the GDPR pop-up as you saw it. We get the contact information to actually proceed with the checkout and so on and so on. Yes, it looks nice. It looks good. And let's just one more time double check the responsiveness options. So this is looking good. Maybe we can also do it a little bit higher, but there's the first image, but we don't actually need to. We create handheld bouquets. There we go. Winter whispers. Follow us on Instagram. There are some images. Button. Contact us. Nice. There we go. This is a vertical tablet. Okay, so this button is left aligned, or so this text is left aligned as you see. This one is center aligned. So this is the one that we modified to be centered aligned. And then this is the next device. So this is the center align button. This is the left align button. Here's the form. Here's the Instagram images, contact. Okay, a little bit bigger device. Left aligned button, center aligned this section, and I believe this is the desktop view. If we go on here, we can see that it looks beautiful. So guys, what we actually created is we connected GrooveKart button. We set up a product in GrooveKart. It's a physical product. You can also set up flowers or I don't know, music instruments or any kind of product that you want to sell online in GrooveKart. Sell it the e-commerce way, but you can also create your website and connect it to your website immediately. In case you want to sell things, you have a website where your services are, but you also have some merch for your company. For example, you can actually sell them on your website with this way that I showed you. There's a loads of things that you can do. Just imagine GrooveKart, like you create one GrooveKart store and you keep it as a pantry, the pantry where you have all kinds of different things, all kinds of products that you can just pull in, embed the button to your website, and you can sell things like using the shipping, taxes, and everything from GrooveKart on your own website that you built with GroovePages. So this is something that I wanted to show you today, and this is what we built. Also, because this was one of the first Mondays after the actual Groovathon, I wanted to do a full build because I felt like you need to see a little bit of building and then something to practice on with. Yes, so in case you want, you can go ahead and create this using the tutorial. There are already templates created in the template library, but in case you would like, you can also get this template. I have here the version that I created previously prior to the training. If you click on this button over here on the top in the navigation, this home copy, this is a version that you can use as a template. So let me just create a share funnel from this one and then share it with you guys so you can import it immediately to your own accounts in case you want to get started using this template. in case you don't want, you can do this with any other template, with any other website. It's just up to your imagination. There's just a button that you get from GrooveKart, and you can embed it anywhere where you want. So that's basically it. I'll do a share funnel so you can use that. Can you also use this for digital products? Absolutely. The same thing applies for the digital products as well. So GrooveKart, you can sell digital or physical products. Here you go, guys. This is for the YouTube tips. Facebook people, you would need to copy over this link. Okay. So I'll actually, how do I do it? If I share it on Facebook, it doesn't. If you click on this link, it doesn't work because Facebook adds on a little bit of extra code, which it doesn't work with GrooveFunnels. So if I actually do it in this way, Google Keep. If I put this in a note and then share this note with you, if I can do that, I cannot do that. Let's just do this. I will shorten the link for you guys immediately in front of you. So if you type the link into your own browser, so it says Cutley/florists. If you type this into your browser, you'll be able to get it. If I share the link on Facebook, you'll not be able to import it because it adds on a little bit of extra code. So let me just go in here and then modify it. Florists. Oh, so this is now the link where you can get it and start using it. So copy this over and share it in here. Perfect. There you go, guys. So now this is the template you can start using. We created it today and it is beautiful. You can also use it for other niches. It's not only for selling flowers. You change the image, you change the name, you change this image, you change this. You can start selling bicycles, whatever you want to sell, using this template. It's beautiful. It's very simple. It's nicely organized. There's a form as well. You can simply connect to your autoresponder by clicking simply on the form container, choosing an integration, and then you're good to go. Yeah, that's basically it. So let's just see if there are any questions that I would need to answer. So I'll just put this in and then bring you guys on here. Can you hide the index home so you don't have two home index pages? Yes, you can. From GroovePages landing page, you lead the customer after clicking the buy button to GrooveKart cart. There's no need for the index home in GrooveKart. It's only confusing. You can do whatever you want on your side. I just did a tutorial on here. Awesome, David. Thanks so much. Really appreciate it. Looks beautiful and lots of learning. That answered a lot of questions that I even stumped over. Rosemary, you're very welcome. Sorry, that was my kiddo. How to verify the mobile response? And where did you open the new page to see the different mobiles? So I just opened, let me just show you quickly. So I just opened the actual page in the new browser. Okay. That was the little lemon screaming if you heard it. So I just opened the actual page and I just made the browser window smaller, like not full screen but smaller, and then I was just resizing it. Then you can verify yourself. This way you can see the actual live view of how it looks like. But another way is to actually go to the inspect. So right click, inspect, and then you click this button over here, toggle device toolbar. Okay, then here you get different devices, iPad Pro and whatnot, so you can see how it looks on different devices. That's another way to do it. Galaxy Fold actually doesn't look most probably like that. Surface Duo, yeah, but that's another way that you could do it. Let me just see other questions. Bum, bum, bum. Just to clarify, GrooveCom can be used to store the products pantry. However, is there any need to build a website in GrooveKart? You can. You don't have to necessarily, in case you actually want to have just your website in GroovePages and just have a couple of products sold on your website. You can just embed a button the same way I showed you today. Let me just get you a little bit lower on here. Okay. There you go. So once I name a store in GrooveKart, it goes live, correct? How do I take it down to edit? You don't need to take it down. It's up online, but nobody knows about it, only you. So you create a subdomain. You can actually put in the store to maintenance mode, but you don't necessarily need to just leave it on. Don't put it to maintenance mode, because in case actually Google goes to crawl your site, it will see that the maintenance mode is your site and the maintenance mode is on. So it will not be the best for that. Just don't worry about it. Just start working on your store, developing it, and everything else is just not important. Okay. I'm new. Do we have unlimited websites we can make in GroovePages? If you are a paid user, you can. Yeah. John is asking, will the digital file size of 8 megabytes in GrooveKart be raised? Yes, at one point. Don't ask me for the ETA because I don't know. But yes, the Barshi did a build during the Groovathon. He showed best practices document he used. Is that available? I asked during the presentation, but I couldn't stay to see if that it was shared. It actually was shared, and then we already finished up that challenge. Let me see if I have that document on here. So it was. mm, dun, 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 dun. Okay, so this is the actual link you would need to go to get the Barshi's best case or best uses, best strategies, which I just shared, which is Kotlin/sales page anatomy. You just click on that one and you can get the details on there. Or this is how a sales page looks like. There is also one more which the Barshi created, and that one I would need to find because I don't see it now on my end. Let me just see. There was a Groovathon challenge link as well. Yeah, so this is the link for the Groovathon challenge, which was the Barshi's other presentation for where he showed all these best case scenarios and then best practices. So Kotlin/SGFOUFF. Okay, so you can click on it. It was shared also in the YouTube. So it's better to start with the mobile version and work upwards towards the desktop for adjustments. Yes, I found that it works better. How can we promote Groove page and landing pages? Like share the link to your page on Facebook, ask your friends to visit it, ask your friends to share it, create a contests. Who shares it the most will win a prize or something like that. There's loads of ways to do it. You can also pay advertisement to send advertisement to bring people into your pages and funnels. So there's loads of things. Just I would suggest you searching online for best ways to bring traffic in. So if this has been covered, is it possible to make a landing page in Groove and have it appear in my Shopify store on mydomain.com and have a product in my Shopify store on a Groove page, bring through price variance of colors and price to pick, and then goes directly to Shopify cart? So this is something that we did now. It was connecting Groove pages with GrooveKart. You want to do the same thing with Shopify. If Shopify has this embed feature, then you probably can. I don't know if Shopify has this one. If you find that out, if Shopify has this actual embed button or embed checkout feature, then you would be able to do that. Is it possible to show where hide? Yes. From GrooveKart store, or show us in the right direction? Sorry for asking. Is it possible to show where how to hide the home index from the GrooveKart store? Um, hide the home from the GrooveKart store. I'm not quite sure if that's possible. You need to have some type of a GrooveKart homepage. If you want, you can just create a redirect that in case they come to your something.groovekart.com, in case that exact page is shown, then they are redirected over to your website. You can do that, but I don't think there is a way to show or hide the homepage. Let's just do a couple more questions and I'll wrap this up, because this is already 2.5 hour video, and I was actually speeding through a couple of topics. When I'm selecting a URL link for a button, there is an option to carry over URL parameters. What does this mean? Is that if we are using a tracking software? No, so this is backlinking. In case you want to actually acknowledge that the link is coming from your site, in case you're a site and you are linking over to somebody else, if you turn this on, carry over URL parameters, you're actually setting up a link that it acknowledges that you allow the link to show where the link is coming from. It's backlinking. In case you want, you can look into that a little bit more by searching on YouTube and Google and so on. Chris Harris, the calendar didn't lie. David's country had a time change. He explains it at the beginning. Okay, somebody says that I'm lying. Okay, if we have a website with lots of blogs, is there a way to easily identify the number of blog that is far down on the page, or we just have to count to identify the number of blog it is? At this moment, you just need to count. Can you use the same domain across both GrooveKart and GroovePages? That will be an option at a later point. At this moment, it is not yet. You have to have. I've seen people, they have I don't know, for example, groovingwithdavid.com is the actual website, and groovingwithdavid.store is a domain that they purchased separately, and they connected it with GrooveKart. So they have two separate domains. The one is .com and one is .store, and they just linked to one another, which looks really professional and really good. At this moment, you cannot use the same domain for both platforms, but at the later point, you will be able to. Okay, let's just answer 2 more questions. I heard there's daily training from Monday to Thursday. Do they start at this same time each day? Yes. So Greg, we start each training the same time, which is 6 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central European time. In Europe, there was a time change, and basically this is the daylight saving time, and it may cause a bit of issues with the time zones and people and the scheduling, basically. But whenever there's a training, there will be also a link set up inside the group, and also on YouTube. So in case you are watching us on YouTube, in case you're subscribed, you'll get notified about the trainings. From Monday to Friday, we have training every day except Tuesdays. Tuesdays, we are doing a training earlier, which is 2 p.m. my time, which let's just calculate together. If I go to Google, okay, so 2 p.m. CET in EST. So tomorrow there will be a training at 9 a.m. Eastern time. So in case you want to know, this is something I have to do on Tuesdays. I need to change the training time, and this is also um, announced already in the group. On Tuesdays, I need to watch out for the little lemon. I have a son, and my wife is working at the normal time of the training, so I need to actually cover the babysitting shift. So this is why the training is starting at 9 a.m. Eastern time at this moment, every week. Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, the same time from 1 p.m. Okay, that's the case at this moment. So can you quickly explain how selling um, my own art gives me 40% as affiliate? You cannot do that. GrooveKart is not connected to an affiliate system yet. You can sell your art through GrooveSell, but then you would need to have a look at a video which says creating your own affiliate program. Your own affiliate program, GrooveSell. Okay. Creating your own affiliate program using GrooveSell, and there is also an intro to affiliate system using your products in GrooveSell. So these two videos are created for the reason to explain you how to create an affiliate program for your own art. But in case it is physical art, GrooveKart cannot support that. So in case you're planning to ship out the actual product, you cannot do that yet. In case it's digital, in case it's a digital file, you can do that already using GrooveSell. And in this video, it is explained how. Do you have any ETA on the next push GrooveMember and GrooveSell? I don't have any ETA yet on that one. Watch out, daylight saving ends in States this week, so times will change again. Yeah, it's actually a hassle. So guys, I will wrap this up today. Tomorrow there's a new day, a new session. As I mentioned, tomorrow we are doing a training at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. For some people in America, it is early for a training, but for the people in the Australia and Asia, it is a perfect time for them to do training. So it's a good time for spreading out in the world on all types of time zones. So thank you very much, guys, for being here today and for learning from me. I hope you learned something useful you'll be able to use for your own businesses. You got your share funnels there in case you didn't grab it yet. There should be a link somewhere in the comments flying around, so please click on that and then get your get your templates, get started working on your GrooveKarts and then GroovePages. But that being said, thank you very much one more time, and then hopefully see you tomorrow on the next training. Thank you, guys. See you. Bye bye.